Hey everybody, Daniel Fusco here, and welcome to today's 2-minute message. Now there's a saying that I've said many times, I've preached about it, I find it in my Bibles, but it's always an important thing for me given the way that I'm wired. And it's this, is that God always sees potential and people always see problems. And the reason I like to remind myself that is because when you look around the world, you can say like, man, there's so many problems. You know, look at my own life, man, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, this thing's wrong. You know, I got all this stuff that's going on. But listen, it's fallen humanity just to identify problems. But from God's perspective, the Alpha, the Omega, with the advantage of heaven and the finished work of Jesus, God, it's not that God doesn't see the problems, but God also sees the potential that can come when he could redeem a problem and bring good out of it. And this is like the hope of a Christian. And I realize not everyone who watches videos are Christians, but this is like one of the great hopes that I have is that all through the scriptures, there is story after story, account after account, where there's a problem and God does a redemptive work and God brings something beautiful out of the problem. And because that's the case, and I've seen this at work in my own life, in the lives of people around me, at church, all these different places, then I start going into every time there's a problem, I say, oh, God sees potential and God's going to do a work through this. And now all of a sudden, hope fills my heart because I know that what's happening, like problems are not, they're not just problems. They're purposeful. God does a work through them. And I always like to remind people that if you have problems, that you're a prime candidate for a miracle. No, nothing miraculous ever happened when there wasn't a big problem. And so I just want to encourage you in all the problems that you see, don't just focus on the problems. Get your eyes on the Lord and say, Lord, you see potential. So I'm going to hope in your redemption in this problem. And then before you know it, you start seeing God working and you get excited. And then you can be able to testify like, man, this is what the Lord is doing right now. So this is what I do. I want you to share this video because everyone's got problems around them. And in the comment section, I want you to tell me about a time God redeemed something that was problematic and brought something so powerful through it that it just blew your mind. And listen, we're going to have a whole comment section full of amazing stories of the things that God has done through very challenging situations. And God bless you today.